for sure run Canada. I love this. This is beautiful. I love this final exam. I'd be careful with it. We're getting yesterday, last night, I think, so for sure, or not last night, 2 nights ago, inside of this. But I love what they're doing here because it sets whoever they want to put in their Q&A, Trump's test about person, man, woman, TV chair. I get up, I get dressed. You get clips and commercials. Sometimes it's about what Fox presents that to be, not the side source. But sometimes you get a better set from a side source. Time about the robot chicken HUD, you have to do one first. I can split things. You get 2 opinions the same way. There's a lot of ways to set that up. They're the guys to go to make things just. See, look, there's things about diagrams that you do. Then 3 years later, they accelerate inside of things. Like, I like their house models. Like, it's a tiny house thing on the move. It works for things under Mikowski's baseline. Why didn't you use Airbnb or at least crack their patent design to utilize the technology down there in the cloud? What are you doing? What are you doing? Terrorist and violent hate group members are also banned. I mean, at the end of it, I'm talking South America. I want Mexico, South America. You can have Ukraine, Taiwan. Innovation has always powered us. And now skill runs on advanced lithium battery technology. Stone Mason, DB. White nationalist terror leaders that Airbnb is banning from spending. See, Joe Rogan, he opened that model. In Airbnb, okay. We're in Airbnb. For the record, is not white. It's a type of model, but it's all the same story. If you're not white, but that's what they're saying she is. Back to the diagram. Put this one up here in the test. What is the thing? Well, photoelectric effect, MIT. Airbnb's community policies Breckenridge conjecture from last year. Known hate groups. Copenhagen interpretation. Then Airbnb decided to send this notice to Michelle Malkin's husband, who would. What did you do, Mason Robot? Because we can see that she often travels with you via bookings made through your account. Yeah, you did. Per our policies, we will need to story behind all this, Gunnery Sergeant. As well. So they're punishing the modified Stanford experiment. If the kids Marshmallow experiment. North Korea, why wouldn't they be next? So now you're thinking, we make that joke, Mason Robot, around here. You know why? Well, you know why we made the IMA around here, Tony? Yeah, you know why we started this company? Because in the end of it, it's just a money round on Mecca, man. You suck up everything made out of metal because this guy gets ripped down. Why? It's not his opinion. It's his opinion in the photoelectric effect right here. They didn't cite anything she said. Yeah. And it works that way. It would fucking button toggle switch break your neck. Big point is this. The amoral and well, eventually, there are a few stories in Mason Robot. Whether you can spend the night, whether you have housing or not. That's the Chinese standard. Are you comfortable with that? Sometimes you don't know. Is this the kind of country you want to live in? The media have no problem with it. Say words. It's like, well, archaeology is a fun thing, but you don't need to be old. They tore up Lou's backyard and found rock, got yield samples, tell you what, shit mountain of basalt system looks like. So truckers, thank God, are continuing their protest on behalf of But there's a lot to it, and for sure, if you don't have graphics, they're demonstrating clay tablets or something. COVID restrictions, vaccine mandates, among other things. The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, remains in hiding. Just come in here like, I'm all fucking mad, skid steer attack position. We're not exactly sure where he is tonight. The question for us, however, could there be an American version of this? What are you out of your goddamn mind? Keep that load down, asshole. You got people in there. This is nonsense. None of this is rated by OSHA. See a Facebook group called Convoy to DC 2022. Yeah, that's the dude. Now you get over there and they start going, oh, that's the safety violation that I should be on. For sure. Observation. Go take a walk. Just go over there and check it. So, of course, Facebook had to shut it down immediately because it's a threat to the powers that be. Because that common sense physics and Nobel is about this chemistry, man, and using the tools, technical, to get 119 and 20 out of the periodic table at the 8th row. So you're trying to organize people. Gonna have to know a few things about the Ruskies. I know. Opinions to challenge the government's views on something, not by force, but through words. And Facebook is preventing you from doing that. On what grounds? Do you know?
Well, they made the excuse that it was based
if it
on
wasn't
a
like,
violation
you got to think about it like a
policy
German Shepherd dog breeding program where I'm trying to breed the black dog, the math dog, and the winter dog.
Nature.
All at the same time, though. That whole three-headed Pavlovian dog experiment. I can't think of the guy in the belt. They're different.
Posted on the Facebook. They won't prove that that's what it was. They won't show us what it was, and they wiped out 2 of the administrators' Facebook profiles altogether. I mean, they can't even make a profile. They're completely banned, even though there was nothing on their personal pages of that.
Who did the three-headed? I thought German. There was one with a two-headed dog, and one with the dog for negative reinforcement where they hit the bell or something like that. I forget which one it was. They're both.
We are standing up for mandates as a constitutional violation. Okay, these mandates are violate our constitutional rights, and we understand that
you don't have a constitutional right
in the United States.
You don't. Not until I'm done with you. Because then maybe you'll have a map. Then maybe you'll have paperwork. Then you'll have something to compare systems against.
Those are our heroes.
Fairly. In court, get a clay pot, poke a hole in it.
Heroes during this pandemic. Right, and so we felt it necessary to stand up, and so
well, if you know what an 888 or an 8-bit clock works like, you'd understand why it is a pot with a hole in it. Just a clay pot that Rome come up with for the rules of order. Everybody fits inside those timelines. Explain your case, and you're going to see a lot of stuff. There are some where it is different. What I'm looking at is policy plays, a trajectory inside here at the temple. I just can't tell people, that as much as anything, I would just look at one of my guards. They're just standing there, terracotta army, but I might get one of those, man. It's a fucking dragon.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the funny thing about it is,
usually the boys at the board meeting, they'll, yup, boss, get right on it. Get me the fuck out of here so I can go to work.
Patriot is like a taboo word these days for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't get
people with enough money where you would say that's where it does. You say truckers in the Mikowskian space or the Copenhagen line there or whatever you got. They should be on strike. They do strike. That's kind of their MO when the worker barometer gets a little fucking out about where the stress is coming from. To just regular operations. One, they change the rails. If I watch you do it and you don't even know how to strap a load, lock up a cargo container, work your books for those things, you don't belong anywhere in making regulations for what fucking truckers do. We're way out of line.
Because you got heavy in weight or because you're a female.
Look at the timeline. You just can't go into a state and say, oh, everybody's going in there. You have to pay more for it. It's like the money has to come from somebody with a $10 trillion debt that somebody took out instead of being focused and specific to the types of debts and where they go. They consolidated all of it like China's fucking real estate over there while building development over-indexed on your T numbers that didn't go that way to the Olive 0, Olive 1 inside a compression of a year.
Thank you. So staff at CNN...
And you own that debt. And what happens? I have to be good on that contract for America. And some of that's going to be me requiring to go through other people's fucking books like the accountant telling them, no, I don't owe you shit on that contract.
So you never thought that Canadians would fight back against anything.